I don't have it in me to sing like that. So thank
Okay, I
God.
was like, I was gonna say,
I'm stuck with this voice. It's definitely not going to be that.
have you
But
tried?
uh yeah, there's a few country songs that I'll cover. This kid that I went to elementary school with is in the Freemasons, and
Oh,
4 years ago he reached out to me and he's like, "Hey, we're having this big lodge celebration. I see that you're playing music online. Like, would you be interested in doing a gig, like a 2 hour show for this like celebration thing?" And I was like, "Rob, I'm not your guy." Like for a bunch of creepy Freemasons, get the fuck out of here.
the way you sing your hooks, like they're melodic, but like sometimes you'll sneak in like like an
Yeah,
F bomb or something in there.
yeah,
And
you got it.
I love it though. What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition to the Rated G podcast. I'm your host, G Terado. If you are new here, welcome. And for anyone else who is a returning listener or viewer, welcome back. Here on the podcast, I like to have honest discussions related to all things art and creativity. And I frequently have friends who also happen to be local artists, creators, crafters, makers, performers, small business owners, and I try to help promote their brand. And while doing so, we just have engaging, in-depth conversations about our creative backgrounds and just like other aspects in life. So if this is the type of content that you enjoy, and you want to support the podcast and or my YouTube channel in general, please like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. And if you want to follow us outside the podcast, I'll have all the social links in the show descriptions. So let's get to it. My friend joining me on this episode, it's his third visit on the podcast, so he's no stranger. And he is a talented singer, songwriter, musician. Please welcome back my good friend Mike Hadley.
What is up?
Is it too hacky when I do these intros? Because I'm like,
Nah, it's a good intro. The music helps too. Yeah, I'm just picturing the music that goes on, like while,
yeah. Well, yeah, you've done it a couple times, so you generally know
Yeah,
how I run the final edit. But I
yeah.
don't know. Sometimes I think about switching it up and just just jumping right into the
No,
podcast stuff. Or
I think the intro helps. You always
does it
want,
help? Because like
yeah,
in
just to
a
give.
way, I try to hype things up and kind of like bring the energy up. So I don't. It's like we're doing this through Zoom, so it's hard to like transfer that vibe,
Yeah,
that
right.
energy. So I mean, I try to just comfort myself and be like, yeah, like you do it to like kind of like hype up yourself and your guests, but I don't know if it's working.
Yeah, no, it's good. It is A+. Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. I'm glad we're able to make this happen, and I apologize for like the inconvenience earlier. Like there were a couple failed
Yeah,
attempts.
no, life is so hectic now, so and that's partly, yeah, I wish I was on here sooner. You know what I mean? I feel bad for anyone that's listening. We tried to make this happen 4 times, and every time on the day of, I'm such a dick. Like something would fucking come up, and
Well,
it's the last year's been crazy, man. So many things have happened outside of music and all that stuff for me that it's hard to kind of keep a balance, all of it, and all that stuff. So
yeah, well, like not that we have to get too deep into it, but just to kind of give a little uh like background to for the audience. But like I mean, yeah, like you kind of like you've been with your partner for however long now, but you finally kind of like you took the next big step into moving in together,
yeah,
and your partner
yeah, and
go
it
ahead.
was I don't know, it was just it was a pretty crazy situation that we went through, but kind of both of us the last year. So my girlfriend Dana has 22-month-old now. We started dating when he was like 5 months old. Or started talking. We went to high school and stuff together. But then a couple months in our relationship, she had gotten news that her son's father had brain cancer. And it went from like a headache. The kid was 29 years old, in good health, like no other issues, never partied or anything like what, a lot of us did to get something like that. And it went from, he had a headache, and about 8 months later, he lost all movement and passed away back in October. So, so both of us kind of trying to, to handle that situation. Life's been a bit crazy.
Yeah.
And then and then moving wise, we moved in together. My lease kind of ended a couple months ago. So now we're in like a middle apartment trying to move into a house in May, like at the end of May, we'll be in it finally. Which is a beautiful like lake house, like something that I think both of us have been dreaming of for a while.
Nice.
Just like a really nice place for me, her, and Enzo. But in the meantime, we're in like this tiny ass apartment. So it's like anytime they come home, I'm like, yo, we can't have a podcast because there'll be mayhem right behind us. So
that's fair, dude. That's totally
understandable. And it's nothing, it's just been a wild last year and stuff, so very busy too, you know what I mean? Like I feel like music kind of has been put to the side a lot the last year, just because of that stuff, work. I've been trying to start my own business, so that's been fun.
Oh my God. Yeah, tell me about it. Well, that's why I said, despite like, having to reschedule and whatnot, but like that's why I keep saying, I appreciate you like coming through still. And
hell yeah.
Still want to do it because like we all got we all have, life is happening,
Yeah, right.
So I feel bad for, you know, Dana's son's father. Like that sounds rough, Can only imagine. But you guys are going through it together at least, you know what I mean? Like you're not both in dealing it just by yourselves. So like so what's it like having a little guy around?
Dude, it's amazing. I don't know. My sister has 3 kids. One is 13, who I spent a ton of time with, my nephew Liam. I lived with them when he was like 1 to 4 years old. So, it's like it's an interesting step, kind of having to take care of a child, and wanting to, Dana's amazing. I wouldn't trade anything for that situation. So, but it's definitely something that I wanted to have. So, it's fun, man. I'm having a good time with it.
That's good. That's what's up. Yeah. So,
getting back into toys and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
A lot of colorful things.
Yep. He's almost 2 years old, so it's like we're getting into Legos and like him actually like. It's gonna be sweet, man. I'm excited.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of like living the stepdad life almost.
Yeah.
It's the closest thing to it.
Yeah, it's it's fun.
That's good though.
And they're both worth it. They're the cutest. Like Dana's the sweetest person ever. Even seeing the way that she handled that whole situation, she was there for him, dealing with all of his doctor's appointments, Enzo's father. So I have so much respect for her. She's totally deserves it,
Well, that's what's up.
So it's been fun making him dinner, putting on an apron, getting into it.
Are you good at cooking?
Yeah, I am actually. Okay. I learned how to cook in rehab.
Oh shit. So
I didn't
what
barely.
kind of food do you cook, or is it just like all
Well,
like?
now it's yeah. I mean, I could do anything if I look at a recipe and stuff. Um, kind of see like I understand cooking food now. So, but
Oh, okay. I was
yeah, I
like,
can get down, but we could do the next the next episode of this is Top Chef. We're getting into it.
you're just gonna do a demonstration for the
Yep,
audience how to
yep.
make just some sort of
Yeah,
dish.
and you have to do it too, and then we'll get
Oh,
our girls
jeez.
to come and judge us. It'll
I
be a
can
good
only
show.
I'm very limited with my cooking.
You don't cook that much?
I mean, I do, but it's so basic. It's like nothing. Like I'm a straight like m- meat and veggies guy.
Yeah,
Like I kind of. I mean, I'll make a big batch of roasted vegetables. Like for me and Nicole, but we have like I'll have whether it's like steak or chicken breast or something, and then I'll make her pasta or rice or something else to go with the vegetables. But it's like
yeah.
that's it. There's like nothing, no finesse and nothing. I'm like very straightforward. Like Nicole is more of a like she can do fancier dishes, but
Yeah.
like yeah, like I just I'm useful when it comes to like just getting the important nutrients down. Like, but if
Little
you want
salt and
something,
pepper, and it's a wrap.
yeah, yeah, some like
Yep.
adobo seasoning and
Yep. Done.
yeah. No, like I sometimes I try to make an effort, but like I mean that's just like the vegetables, but I'll sometimes make her spaghetti. Like it's like very basic pasta dishes or
Yeah.
something, but yeah. But yeah, how do we get into cooking? Oh, well, I mean, hey, that's cool that you can cook. I'll say
Yeah.
that. That's impressive. Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, sometimes it's not good. It's kind of like trial and error. Sometimes I'll get the look and I'll be like, all right, let's order some something on Grubhub or whatever.
oh yeah, of course. Well, yes,
Yeah,
same here. Like, if I'm just doing straight, like in my case, if I'm just doing straight meat and vegetables, sometimes rice, I'll get to a point where I'm like, oh man, I just want pizza or like a burger or something. Or
yeah.
not even a burger. Like
You
I'll
like
like
purposely burn it
well,
just to
it'll be
make
like,
it.
yeah, right. No, I'll try to make
Yeah,
sure like I'm gonna want to order something that I can't make. But
yeah.
if it's like, yeah, but anyway, so music has sort of gotten away from you, just because of recent events.
Yeah, I mean I don't want to say it's gotten away. I've still been writing a ton of shit. I luckily Dana and Enzo are like my biggest fans, so I could still play every night and just
Well, you
kind of
can get feedback now, like real feedback,
yeah, yeah. When Enzo
not just
claps, I know I know that shit was good. It's so funny too because we joke around about this. I cover Wonderwall all the time just to be an asshole because it's fun. I think it's funny. And every time Enzo like starts crying, like he hates that song. uh, so it's that yeah, it's definitely it's good feedback, except
yeah.
for Dana because all she does is just tell me how good everything is. So I'm like,
Oh
I don't trust.
no.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not
That's
gonna get
funny.
mad. Tell me if this is shit, but you know. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
going to shows and trying to play stuff. Obviously, it was the winter now too, so the last couple
yeah.
months. Hopefully this summer I could line up some cool gigs, but
Are
you
you
know,
still playing at I forget the name of
yeah,
it.
Green Hive.
Uh, That's it.
Yeah, that was
Uh
my last show was like 2 months ago.
okay.
Or yeah, it was Valentine's Day, the weekend before Valentine's Day.
Nice.
Yep, Jules and Chris hit me up, and Jules was like, Chris was asking what I wanted, or I was asking Chris what he wanted for Valentine's Day, and he said a Hadley show at the art studio.
That's
Uh,
cool.
yeah,
Oh
so it was
yeah.
fun. Yeah, it was. I love those guys so much.
What's their name? Shout out to
Chris and Jules.
yeah, shout out to Kristen Jules. Support local music.
Yep,
Fuck
they do.
yeah.
Yep.
Are they the ones that would be like recording you? Like you shared some live
Um,
performances. Was that their accounts? Or was that just
some
somebody else?
yeah, a couple of those from the last show at least that's on my Instagram was from them.
Mm,
They either
okay.
they recorded, I think one of them, one of my
It would
friends
look like a
recorded.
screen recording, but
Yeah.
I that's cool that you got some footage out there.
Yeah, just a little bit of live stuff. I've been trying to nail down like a live session in this really cool studio that's like kind of close to my house. Barbershop studio. It's like a big beautiful church that they renovated into a full-blown recording studio that a bunch of like bands that I listen to and a ton of people have recorded there. But
Oh, nice.
they
Is
have
it
this like,
expensive?
yeah, that's the thing, man. It's like everything is
Yeah.
like we want to do like a couple hour session in this live room that they have where like the lighting's perfect. They have a grand piano. My buddy Joe, who's done a couple like live session videos with me that we put up, he's totally down to record it and everything. And it's like $2,000 to rent the place out for that long.
God
So
damn.
yeah, and booking too. I mean, they're super busy, so it's just hard to, when can you clear out that place so we can make a video in it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, but it'll happen eventually.
So what's the writing process been like? Or how
Um,
has it been like?
it's way different than it used to be. I think
Oh.
like when we first when we did our first podcast, I was single, living alone. I
Mm-hmm.
could spend so much time and like get into these modes and like just like I could put myself into the mood to start writing whenever kind of.
Mm.
And now it's been like a little different. Like songs don't come as easy. They're it's like uh a different focal point most of the time. It's not about like some ex-girlfriend. It's like I'm trying to figure out how to write about other shit. So,
Yeah.
it's different. I love all the new songs that have come that have I wrote in the recent months and stuff, but
Okay.
it's definitely a different process than like I used to do stuff, or at least a few first records were how they were written.
Now in your head, right? Let's say, um, like musically, is like the sound still the same as the previous album, like that, very acoustic. Actually, I really don't even know how to describe. I don't want to say emo, but
No, it's
I don't know.
definitely
Like it
emo.
was like
Just definitely, it's like slow, sad. It's very slow, sad emo shit. If we're being completely honest.
I was trying to like be.
uh,
I
no,
didn't
you
want to
can
sound like an asshole about
totally.
it.
No, but that's and it's not, man. I grew up listening to all that stuff. And
Because
that's
it's very
that's
good.
yeah,
So
that's kind of like where that was the genre that I kind of jumped into, and that was like the beginning of it. But I'm definitely writing things in with the mindset that when it's going to be full band, like it's not going to
yeah,
be just
oh,
me
okay,
anymore. You know
okay,
what I mean?
yeah. Because
Where it's more up
I was
pace
trying to
and
rephrase
catchy
the
and
question in my
yeah.
head. I was like,
Mhm.
maybe not saying that, like the tone of it, but I was trying to like articulate in terms of the sound, like because it's very acoustic and I don't know, like I mean, I don't know if it's
You
the way you recorded it or what, but it's very like you can feel it feels like you're in like a small room with this music, like it's very
yeah.
vibrational.
Yeah,
Uh,
and you need to be in the mood for that. Like what a lot of the last couple of years and stuff when I was alone and um I was going through a lot of depression and kind of like push myself into it where I would enjoy listening to like super quiet sad songs. So that's
mhm,
kind of where like that energy was coming from. Um
mhm.
but now I definitely like I've been listening to like country music lately.
I've noticed.
Dude,
I was gonna bring that
I
up
want to have a
too.
rock band. Like that's like what I want now. So I gotta. I've been trying to write things that I could see like being able to rock it out and play it with a full band and have it like a good drum tempo and all that kind of shit. Um,
How
because
country
that's
is it gonna sound?
it's not going to be that. I mean, it's still going to be sad emo shit, but just a little. It's going to be
It's not gonna be
like a little more upbeat sad emo shit.
like everyone can like the music they like to each their own. Just personally, like it gets
Nah,
to a point
it's
with country music when it's like too like twangy,
yeah, nah,
like
and
real
that's
country. And
I don't have it in me to sing like that. So thank
okay, I
God.
was like, I was gonna say,
I'm
like, how
stuck with
far
this.
are you gonna go,
Yeah, no,
man?
I'm stuck with this voice, but it's definitely not going to be that.
Have you
But
tried?
uh yeah, there's a few country songs that I'll cover or learn how to cover.
Uh-huh.
A couple gigs that hopefully are going to happen this summer are like bar gigs. So I'm trying to
Okay.
learn, and I live in northern Jersey where
Yeah.
everyone listens to fucking Morgan Wallen, and all that kind of stuff. So
Mm.
um, I'm trying to learn a couple of them that, I can get a tiny bit twangy, but not anywhere near it. So you don't have to worry about. I'm not, yeah, I'm not coming out with a Brad Paisley fucking record at all. And Dana wouldn't let me waste the money on it either. She'd be like, "Fuck that!" If you're, uh,
What kind of music does she like?
she likes shit. She likes everything, which is kind of the
Okay.
same way that I am. So she'll listen. Like she puts up with me listening to to country stuff, but like she
Yeah.
likes everything. She doesn't really
Okay.
care.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
But is she like like does she like the 90s music scene or like
yeah,
more modern or
yeah. She definitely is into the '90s, even like '90s rock, '90s
mm,
rap and stuff. But then
early
I
2000s?
yeah, but then I show her a ton of new shit that, like the new Rustin Kelly record, which if you haven't listened to it, it's fucking amazing. Um,
No, I don't know who that is.
yeah, I share him a bunch. I'll hit you with a
Okay.
link, but he just came out with a new record, Rustin Kelly,
Okay.
and
What kind of music is that?
it's
Or is he?
he's emo. I would
Okay.
say it's emo music, but not, he's definitely influences a lot of the stuff that kind of how I write. Or
Okay.
he's one of them,
Yeah,
so
send me a link. I'll check it
yeah,
out. I
yeah.
just I'm very like I don't know the way I catch different artists is like I don't
Hmm.
know, it's like almost at random. But like if I
See,
really
and
like it,
that's why I post all those fucking songs
yeah.
all the time.
I
It's just to get,
know
like to let like if people are looking, they could,
I know. I'm just too what's the word? Entitled, like I'm too lazy to
yeah. Well,
go on
when at
Spotify. I
some
never
point,
use Spotify for music.
yeah. Oh, really?
I only use it for
Are you
JRE.
Apple Music?
Dude, I'm so old school about like how I listen to music. But I mean, I don't know, like even still, um, like right now, I'm legit a like J-pop, K-pop fan right now. So I'm like going through a little like this kick right now.
I don't think I've ever listened to K-pop.
So like
I
the
don't
only
even
reason I got on the only reason
what
I got
is
into it
uh
is because of this 4 of the members of the group put out this rap cipher, and it was like fucking dope. And then I was like, all right, let me just hear like what the whole group sounds like. And they're even like their pop music, their actual pop music is still very like R&B, like early hip hop influence. So I'm like, I was like if I like their pop stuff too. So I'm like, I guess I'm an XG fan. And but that's the newest artist that I've gotten into as of late.
yeah.
Yeah, but in terms of like other genres of music too, like I just haven't found like that artist in a rock genre in a while to like get me hooked. I tend to like just fall back into like the classics or whoever
Yeah.
I was like into. So
Well, I'll send you a link. I got
yeah,
you
send me a
covered.
link for sure. Like
That's what I'll do. Instead of sharing it on my story, I'll
I
send it
know.
to I'll text you I'll text you a link. So what do you use Apple Music like to listen if I send you Apple Music links or do you
I mean, if it's like no, I mean to be honest, like you know, if
I
anything,
have both. I could I could
if there's
send
an artist that like you're like, oh, I really think that G would dig this, just tell me and be like, yo, YouTube, because like it's usually I'm on YouTube when it comes to like if
Oh
I
yeah.
discover a music artist, it's usually through YouTube, honestly.
Yeah.
So, because then I like to just go through like their video catalog and all that stuff. But yeah, you can just tell me like, hey, check out this artist. Like if
I
there's
got you
some
covered.
very like in particular, like, oh, I think this might be the one,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got
Uh,
you.
but yeah, because like my range is like also like I'm into such an eclectic mix of music from even like tribal to fucking I don't even know. Like, have you ever heard of 65 Days of Static? Like, I don't know what you would call them, but it's or like explosions in the sky, like very
Oh
ambient,
yeah. Yep.
like stuff like that. Like, so I can go all different directions with music. It's just very like I don't know, periodical, or however you want to describe it. But how many songs do you have written down now so far?
Like for the new record,
Yeah.
I would say like maybe around 15,
Oh
16.
shit. Nice.
Yeah. It's
What's
not
the
it's probably not gonna come out anytime soon.
Well, of course, like, it's a
Mm.
process. Like I totally get it.
Well, and the other like what used to happen, or at least the last record, um, we recorded in 4 hours, which it's just me and plugging in my guitar and mixing it and all that stuff. But the next one I'm gonna have to like pay for every song, and there's gonna be a lot of time my buddy Walt has to put into it. Um, and other friends recording, different instruments and all that stuff. So it'll be a lot more like in depth, which I'm cool with and I'm saving up for. I got a piggy bank, but
Uh, I'm interested to hear what it's gonna sound like.
yeah, we'll definitely we're gonna do probably the first couple songs as singles and put them out just because
Mhm.
then I could put stuff out without having to, you know, figure out the whole rest of it. And then that'll be a part of the next full length.
Yeah. How much? All right, I have like a very loaded question.
Yeah.
Like how much would you quote someone for like a theme song? Like let's say it's a minute or something, or 90 seconds max.
Like a theme to write a theme song.
Like to like write and I guess produce.
Yeah,
Because
record
I
and
know that's
produce.
gonna cost studio time and whatnot. Or like, yeah.
I mean, I
Like
don't know. That would be something that I would like. I would refer to my buddy Walt and just kind of,
interesting.
or he and like if let's say if it was for you or something like that. Because another friend asked me about writing like a kind of like a jingle to something like
Yeah.
for their thing, and I'm like, bro, that's not like I don't know how to do that. Like, and I'm
Yeah.
not that musically good. I don't record anything like except for a
Yeah.
guitar. So, but my buddy Walt has, you know, can make music like even electronic music and all that shit, and about it, I'm like,
Mm.
so I
I
would,
don't know. I just thought it would be I don't know. I'm always like I would like to do like a fun collaboration like that where like
mm,
like if I guess it would, I guess essentially be like a jingle almost or
yeah,
a theme song. But
which we could do. I mean, I'm like,
yeah, I'm just curious because like I would
we'd have
totally
to
consider
Zoom
it.
and write it. I wouldn't be able to write. I can't
Oh,
write. I'm like,
right. Yeah,
this
I mean, I
coffee is
guess it
good.
would be a project, right? It
Yeah.
would be like a side project. But yeah, I've been curious because I know I would like to do that someday. I've had other artists in mind to like I don't know if there was something in the air like oh, I wonder if like we'd be able to do something cool like that together. Like
Yeah.
if I can like I mean, I'm basically like, yeah, I'm essentially hiring you to come up with a song, but I would, of course, like help out. But I don't know, that was just out of pure curiosity.
It's
So,
something we could do if you want. I would just, I did on my buddy Walt. We'd figure it out
yeah, we'll
via
see.
the internet. You know, it's
We'll see how things
2023.
go. Yeah, see how things go on my end. And then if I can afford it, I'll surely go for it. Um,
Yeah, something like that is not crazy money like what I'm talking about.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
gotcha. So now you mentioned before, like now you're like running your own business. Is
Or
that what?
yeah, I'm starting to. I
Mm,
I kind of linked up with my buddy that started a construction company a couple months ago, which that's what I've been doing the last few years now anyway. Um, but I'm going to start like a painting company and kind of, so him and a bunch of my friends could just GC jobs out to me and like my crew to paint houses and all that kind of stuff.
okay.
Yeah. And do other things, but
Mm,
kind of, and essentially just getting away from like getting paid per day, which is what I've been doing. So
yeah. Yeah, it's
like
always tough.
kind of doing my own thing, but still, doing the same stuff I've been.
Right, right, right. I mean, yeah, you're kind of just taking like the knowledge and sort of like
Mhm.
the skill set and kind of taking it upon yourself to, make that money and gain your own clients, I guess,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. How'd you come upon that? Like what sparked
Well,
the idea?
I was originally working with another buddy of mine the last like 3, 4 years. And then my one friend, started his company and needed someone to help him like do a lot of like the finishing stuff, even like trim work and all that kind of shit. So I jumped on with him and, you know,
Now, do you worry about that like cutting into like the time potentially for writing or anything like that?
yeah, I mean, definitely, it's different.
Yeah. It's
I
hard
don't
to
know. It's
juggle
kind of,
both. I know
yeah, it's
that.
weird.
I'm
Like,
aware of that.
like a couple years ago, when I like quit my corporate job or whatever, and I started doing construction and started like I wanted to pursue music. It was kind of a paycheck, and then up until like the last year, it's kind of been something like, all right, because music doesn't pay shit. So, and eventually it might, which is cool, but
Yeah.
it's not now. So
Well, I don't know if we like talked about it, but like did we talk about like the goal? Like I was it that
I think
you
last,
you wanted a tour? Did you want a tour? Like just like
yeah,
around for a little bit? Something like
yeah,
that?
and I definitely still would, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard to
Well,
like jump on tours and figure all that shit out. And, you know,
mm,
it's kind of weird being in the middle. You don't have enough fans to get a manager and
yeah.
all that shit. But like, you need help like that in order to get that point. But now it's kind of just, I'll do any like local gig and stuff. And if someone came up and wanted to do a tour, I'd be down and figure it out and all that shit too. So
Yeah. Are you still like, crossing paths with Joey? Watch me sing.
yeah, yeah, we played a show together Like I think it was last summer. Oh, that might have
Yeah,
been the last time that we had talked to. It was right around that.
probably. Yeah,
He's
it's
doing good. He just played a club last night. I think I saw.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got a
Yeah,
bass
yeah,
player. They're killing it now.
yeah, yeah, man. I mean, I can only imagine what it's like trying to, yeah, be like a music performer, just going for it, you know, and like it's almost like stand up in a way, right? You gotta like start
Hmm.
doing like open
Yeah.
mics and
Yep.
like
Exactly.
you gotta like be around as much as you can. Cause like I know a couple other people that are doing the same thing as you're doing, and like like, and that's why I'm always asking about like, you know, when the regular job gets in the way of, finding the balance. I'm always curious about other
Yeah.
people's methods of, finding the balance, even if they haven't found it yet, but like what's their train of thinking, their logic. I'm like, all right, if I, put this much focus here and, so I'm always curious about how everyone approaches their situations. Because I always feel
Yeah.
like I'm not doing enough. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but then I find myself burnt out. So I'm like,
Hmm.
so I just like to pick other people's brains about it. Because like I know um this dude, his name is PD Brody, and he's a guitar player, singer, songwriter, so like just like yourself, but he teaches, but then he's still like I guess it's just like on weekends, and like he's like on the road between teaching, and I'm just like, that's gotta be exhausting.
Yeah. Right.
But he's very enthusiastic about it. He loves what he does. He loves teaching also. I believe he teaches um like guitar lessons and something else possibly. I just can't remember. It's been a while. But still like how does he, I would just I'm always curious like how you guys as musicians try to like find a balance, and I guess trying to like book enough gigs if there's enough of like opportunity out there, like knowing like the good spots. Like how do you know what's like a good spot to play at, even just like as a first timer?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, luckily, I don't have that issue just because I don't have a lot of fans. So it's like I don't. There's not gigs like knocking on my door. um, I mean, it would definitely be if I had started having to add a ton of live shows like on the weekends and stuff. But with work and all that I'm doing now, like it would kind of be tough. But
Yeah, like how do you know when a place, like do places reach out, or do you just find out
nah. I mean,
like being on a mailing list or something?
it's kind of something that I'm slightly looking into now, which
Okay.
is like which venues, who do I have to talk to at a venue to get booked? Um, is it something that, like if you need filler spots, like that's kind of what I'm figuring out now. Cause I would definitely, and I plan on doing those shows, like a random Wednesday night at like a venue in Jersey that's decent. But
What about like even like special like private events? Like even if it was like bar mitzvahs, bar
dude,
mitzvahs.
there was a couple years ago.
Because
A
my brother
couple,
used to DJ. I
yeah,
used to
no,
I used to roadie for him doing stuff like that.
yeah, all right, so it's different, right? If I was a DJ, it'd be perfect. But like I play shit like kind of
Yeah, don't say that about
like
yourself, Mike.
no, but
What are you
not but
doing?
no, imagine going to a bar mitzvah and having me like play a live show. Like it would be terrible. If we're being honest, like it's just not the scene. Dude, my this kid that I went to elementary school with is in the Freemasons. And
Oh,
4 years ago, he reached out to me and he's like, "Hey, we're having this big lodge celebration. I see that you're playing music online. Like, would you be interested in doing a gig, like a like a 2 hour show for this like celebration thing?" And I was
oh
like,
shit,
"Yeah,
2 hours.
Rob." I was like, Rob, I'm not your guy. Like for a bunch of creepy Freemasons, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like this isn't,
Oh shit.
I know like
Oh
three
man.
80s covers, that's it. Like you're
Oh
not.
man. All right, so then
So,
weddings are out of the picture.
yeah, I mean, it would just, I don't like, I'm more of
I
like,
get it though. I
I'm
get it.
hoping eventually I can get to a place where I could go and do like a 30-minute opener set or like my own shows that are like an hour and a half tops,
Yeah.
and it's just a quiet room. Like there's a ton of artists that I listen to that's, kind of their vibe. So
Yeah. Well, more power to you. Like, you've been riding it
yeah,
solo up to this point. I mean, I know when I was very enthusiastic about doing something in music, I never felt I would be able to do it alone. Like I always try to like start a band or something. But I mean,
yeah.
I was like fucking young as shit. So
Well, and that's what's tough is I have three really close friends. Um, my buddy Bill, my friend Walt, who I record with, and then our friend Marco. And it's like getting us together to like, be able to practice and all that stuff is,
yeah,
it's tough.
that's
Yeah, it's
yeah.
everyone's like either busy or no one can nail down a day. I've group texted these fucks so many times, be it like on a Sunday, like this week we're fucking getting together. And then I like, go for it. And none of us could just make it happen. So it will eventually.
Yeah,
But
that can totally be frustrating.
yeah.
I see that.
And then too,
Yeah.
it's tough because it's like I don't want to fucking leave my house sometimes after work to go
Yeah.
practice. You're like, I'm like tired.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, I was looking at in one aspect of, when you have someone there that's like just as fired up as you, like, it's like,
Yeah.
you're kind of you have that motivation and that inspiration there. But yeah, I don't know. I really wouldn't know now. Like I used to just be happy to like have a jam sesh and nothing crazy either. We can just be riding the same riff on repeat. That's what I used to
Hmm.
do with my old roommate, my college roommate. Shout out to Joe. Uh, he played bass and guitar, and he was very good. Um, but I would have my guitar then, and we had like a nice jam corner in our dorm, and we had like it's funny, right? Like we had like a set of like two or three songs we'd warm up with, and and then just jam out to that and be like,
Yeah.
all right, I gotta eat before class. But we'd always just like use we'd always use like the theme song to the original Day of the Dead movie
Hmm.
because it's very slow. It starts slow and then it builds up. And he would like I don't know. He just like I don't know if he just like self-taught it or maybe saw some tabs or whatever. But like he would play the bass part for it, and then I would like just fill in with like some other shit, and then we'd find a riff and then just jam out to that and just like keep
Yeah. Yeah.
building it from like finger picking to just strumming a string to doing chords and just like making
Mm.
it heavier and heavier. Anyway, that was fun. Good times. I do miss those moments of like jamming out.
And
I have
those
the
are the
itch like
best.
every now and then. Yeah, they are the best. Every now and then I'd have the itch. Like I have a ukulele I would every now and then like fuck around with, but I don't know. If I saw my guitar, I wonder if I would be picking that up more frequently. I was playing a little bit back at my in-laws, and I was like, oh, like it's in there. It's been so long. I'm like, it's in there. But like doing just straight up like just picking the notes out on the strings instead of strumming. Like I had to get used to that. I was playing like what's that Census Fail song, the 187 or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was playing that riff. And I was like, oh man, like it's not hard, but like it's been so long.
Hmm.
I had to like remember the flow and like how you pick through the strings. Anyway, just jargon at this point.
You got to get a guitar. Get a guitar,
Yeah.
and then we'll we'll link up in West Virginia, and we'll have jam every Thursday
No,
is
we're not in
band
West
night.
Virginia. We're
Or
in
whatever.
Richmond.
Yes.
We're in Richmond. Oh man, if we're in West Virginia, I don't know how things would go. Yeah. No, but the music scene is I'm sure the last time we did the podcast, we talked about, you know, maybe one day
Yeah,
get
me
you
coming
over
down there.
here
Yeah.
and
And
do
we'll still figure it out. It'll happen
I'm
eventually.
sure. I'm sure what time will,
Yeah.
if there's time allows it,
Yeah.
who knows? You never know. I
The
will say they're always,
2024 podcast will be
it
I'll be
would
like
be
in a
cool.
tour bus, and I'll be like, hey, we're just on the road.
I will say, right? Like, who knows? Maybe by then,
Yeah,
yeah,
who the fuck knows?
I have the gear to have guests on site, and you can actually come here. I'd have
Yep.
two mics for us, and that'd be cool. Like that's my goal with the podcast. Like if I can like have enough to have another mic and actually have guests here, that's like
Yeah, that'd be
part
sweet.
of that's the goal. But yeah, because like that would be cool. Like I don't know, just to create that vibe of like just hanging out again.
Have like a yeah, and that's like it's weird when it's like through Zoom or all
Yeah, it's
that's like through
weird, but
technology. It's
it,
still good, but it
it's the
could be
next
better.
best thing. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
just
Because like
one day
there are
you'll be flying
moments.
me in.
Yeah, there are moments when even through Zoom, like the Zoom sessions, like it's like the next best thing for like a regular hang sesh. Yeah, be like sharing blunts and stuff, drinks, like just to really have a hang sesh.
Yeah.
Although, like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like that'll probably start getting a little complicated too. I don't
Yep.
know.
You'll have
Like
to get
too far ahead.
bodyguards outside.
No, no, I'm not even thinking that. Nah, I'm just like thinking too far ahead. Anyway,
Yeah.
come back to being present.
In due
Um,
time.
yeah,
For right
dude,
now,
yeah, I'm
this is what
like,
you get.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, but
How
because like oddly enough, a lot of people I have on the show are still in Jersey, so uh, it's like thankfully that I do the podcast through Zoom because
yeah.
it does bring that opportunity, and like especially like being connected with my friend in Angola, like being able to do a podcast that way too. Like that's cool. Like I like being able to do that. So it has its positives. But what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna ask you how the podcast is doing.
I
Growth
mean,
wise and all that fun stuff. I
I
remember
think
last
it's
time
growing.
we were bitching about growing on social media.
Wait, was that?
Well, last time we were bitching about growing on social media and all that
Oh yeah.
stuff. And
Yeah, I think I let off on that for a while. Like I feel like I haven't been bitching about the social media. Like
or
I
not
mean,
bitching. We weren't bitching, but we were,
I mean,
it
I'd
was
say I'm
something I was,
bitching.
yeah, it was something I was struggling with. I was bitching about it.
No, I don't know. I just kind of come to terms with like how the shit works now. Like
Mm.
I'm like dealing with bots right now, so uh but I don't know. I just kind of take it as it is now at this point. Um no, my main concern now is more so is about AI.
Yeah.
And like the current rise it's at right now because it's pretty fascinating. And
Yeah.
it's like it's hard. I don't know. For me, it's hard to be like strictly anti AI creations because it's like it's just inevitable. And I mean, I'm sure there's positives or you know advantages to having it, especially if you're not a creator or whatever, but it's like a sticky situation because it's AI. But
Yeah.
like I think I don't know. It's still a very growing. It's constantly growing, and I'm sure that like there's always signs of people creating like I don't know softwares that can detect AI. So once that kind of starts becoming more popular and more widespread, being able to coexist with AI will probably be a little more
Yeah.
sustainable. It's just like we're at like such an early age right now of it, and it's just like but it's at a mind-boggling state. Like, oh man, like the shit it can come up with now, it's like
Mhm.
ridiculous and quite scary. So, like, I'm
See,
just yeah,
and then, and I was kind of wondering this because coming from a musician, like, and I've heard a lot of comedians. I listen to, obviously Joe Rogan a lot,
yeah,
like working and stuff. So you hear the concern coming from comedians and then even artists too. Like, uh,
yeah, of course.
I was going to bring this question up because at least like with my stuff, I don't think you could plug AI, write a song about dicks from Hadley and have them actually like write music yet. And eventually we're gonna get there.
No way, you can, bro. You absolutely can.
Yeah, I can.
No, I
See, and
swear
I
to
don't
God.
I don't have a computer, so I don't
Wow. Oh man, dude. So
know.
I forget who it was, but there was a music producer. He was concerned because there was an AI. There was a song created by AI, but it was supposed to be a song produced by J. Cole, maybe, or I forget who the hip hop artist was, but it was like this song made by this artist, but it was AI that did it.
Yeah,
And it was, the quality of the song was so like uncanny, like I guess the resemblance of the artist. And it like frightened the producers, like, yo, this shit is crazy because like, it's pretty close,
yeah. So
like
we're all
how
fucked, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Cheers to robots taking over our shit. They don't even need us anymore. We're gonna be working for Amazon in like a year and a half.
I thought you were gonna have more of a pushback or something. You're just like, no.
I'm gonna take
Oh,
it.
that's hilarious.
We get our like $8 royalty check every month from computers. Figure like,
I mean, that's I don't know, like that's what I'm concerned about is like what
yeah.
it's gonna do, like how it's gonna affect culture and like society.
Mhm.
And of course, the creative people, like artists of all types of mediums, because like everyone's getting hit, not just visual artists, like fine
Yeah.
artists, musicians, literature, um, you know, um, film, with the deep faking and animation. Like there was like like a fake news broadcast that was like posted on I forget on what platform, but that was AI. You got AI like photographs of like these fake people, but it looks real. Like there
Yeah.
was like at one point they like released all these like party photos. But again, right, this was
Oh, I
at
remember, and it was like the chick with the backwards arm, like arm.
yeah, like the
What like
limbs or like the
one
fingers would
girl had
still
like
be
3 feet.
distorted. Yeah. So like that would always be like the hint, like you automatically go to like, all right, well,
Yeah, you'd
does
be
that
like,
hint
all right,
look
that
weird?
collarbone's all fucked up. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah.
not real.
But like once they fix that, like
Yeah,
that's
true.
and I was talking about it with this my friend in Angola. I was like, yeah, I came across this article saying that like AI can now create hands. So like they had all these examples of like just hands. They're like not on like a full model or anything, but like some of them looked, they looked better than like what's been out there. But
Yeah.
it's just like I don't know, man. It just like I worry about like the true like enthusiasts and like the purists of like art
I
and
don't I
the
don't see it.
labor of it.
I don't see it being that much of an issue with us, right? Because like let's say if you were a consumer of art, if like me listening, like being a consumer of music, right? Listening to music all the time. I'm not gonna listen to some robot music. Like it's not gonna be like
Yeah.
the AI Taylor Swift album is fucking hit. Like, like you're
Yeah.
always gonna want that person behind it. I think for at least I'm uh, for the people that are actually interested in art. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. It depends. It's such a like a
It is weird as
situational
fuck, but I don't think
thing.
like if you were, like for example, like the Joe Rogan podcasts that have been AI generated, like
Oh, with him and
yeah,
Steve
it's like
Jobs.
yeah, but like if you're a consumer that listens to that, we're not like I might
You're not gonna
listen
go
to the
out and
thing.
search for it,
Yeah,
right?
but that's not going to
Like,
be like my everyday thing. Like I'd obviously pick a real conversation
gotcha.
over some bullshit. And I think a lot of people are like that. And I think also technology is going in the way that it's going to get way weirder, in the future.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think at the end of the day, like if I was going to buy a piece of your artwork, like I don't care what a computer can make. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's kind of the same thing as like a musician to techno music. Like I'm impressed because you created this, but like,
I just hope like art lovers will hold on to like that will hold on to like the respect of the craft and the labor like they hold on to culture, like
yeah,
like, so that they'll always appreciate like the, the true art, like art that was created by mankind, womankind.
yeah,
Oh, they
humans instead of
mankind.
instead of like George Soros or wherever the fuck Chat GPT gets funded from.
Yeah.
Bill
No,
Gates. It's probably Bill Gates.
oh geez. Yeah.
uh,
I don't know. But I've been bringing up that topic of AI with everybody just because it's
yeah,
it's
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 weird.
wild
It's
seeing how it
just
affects everyone. Like
yeah, it's crazy.
I recently did a podcast with my high school art teacher, and she was telling me how a lot of the all of their English teachers there are like pissed now because of, I guess, Chat GPT or whatever the AI writing formats are,
Mhm.
um, like those apps or whatever. But they're pissed that like students have they use the AI to come up with their papers. They
Yeah.
write their papers with that shit. Uh, but I know I've read about, again, going back to like the softwares that can detect, like they have stuff for literature, and like you can tell
Mhm.
when something is written by AI. But even still, like, man, that's gotta suck, like if especially for an English teacher, you want to have like your student write like something they come up with themselves and write, whatever the topic is, but
Yeah.
um,
Right. And that's kind of like the shame of it. Like, as much as this technology is great, think about when we were younger, having to act like I had to, when I was in elementary school, I had to learn how to do cursive and learn how to do print. You know what I mean? Like, and I had to write that shit for years before a
yeah.
computer, so it's like, I don't know, it sucks. It almost takes like the fun out of it. Or
So
like the realism where everything is it's just like so fake,
well, I
you
feel
know?
like it. I feel like we're kind of like we want the instant gratification now. You
Yeah,
know,
it's
like
now built into us. Where-
fake it till you make it. Like people are
yeah.
taking that to the highest, like as high, as far as they can.
Hmm.
Um, it's just like, and it's just like, what's the next?
Everybody just wants to be somebody, you know? And I don't
Yeah,
think, It's weird even too, thinking of my shit, right? Like and your shit, like if this blew up one day, right? Let's say
Uh,
we got that call that we've always wanted, where it was the deal that worked, and like I don't know if
well,
that's
that,
even a part of it, right? Like doing the fake until you make it, like just because society has told us that we all need to be somebody.
well, I mean, I just want everyone. I just want to share my art ultimately, right? And like that, and make money creating
Yeah.
art, essentially. Um,
Well, and that's like the
but
difference that makes us like real artists, I guess, compared to just like the everyday like influencer and all that shit, right?
yeah, well, I forgot my point was about like um I forgot the point that I was gonna make, but you did remind me of this reel that Nicole was watching, and it was like um someone did like it was supposed to be like a writing challenge where you write something without having the pencil or the writing utensil like leave the paper. Like that was a
Hmm.
TikTok challenge. And then I guess someone did like a Stitch video with it, and it's like, yeah, congratulations, you just discovered cursive writing.
Yeah, right. Like this has
Like
been around for years.
yeah.
Uh,
But I damn, I did forget what the point I was trying to make.
well, and
Uh,
I think like this the social media and stuff and the technology that we live with now has fucked society. Like I
yeah,
feel like terrible for the kids like growing up and stuff that are going through. I could only imagine how insecure people are now being like in middle school with now that they have cell phones and everybody knows what's going
yeah.
on in your life, and you
Well,
have all that kind of stuff. Just I'm sure it fucks.
I have to actually like shine some more light on Richmond because in terms of like giving the local artist a spotlight, giving them space to share their art form.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, for a music artist like yourself, like they always have, at the local markets that I do, they often have performers for those things, and I think that's so awesome. Like I love it when there's live music at the events I do,
Yeah.
rather than just like whoever putting music on the speakers. Um, but I don't know. I just kind of want to like shine some light on Richmond because they're great for that. Like everyone
Yeah, and
had, I've
I
always
think.
heard about how great the art community was, and it's like very evident. It's like, yeah, like I
Mhm.
get it. And all the bars they got live performances there, single acts or full band, whatever. Like they're definitely supportive of the local talent. So
Yeah,
yeah, you just got to find that area, which is
and
tough.
I think there's also like a lot of good that's coming out of the like local art communities and stuff, because there's a ton of cities that are like that where I think people are slowly realizing that like keeping your phone like yeah at your face uh like isn't that good. And like I feel like people are like slowly starting to dig more into the local scene and supporting local artists, like especially after quarantine and COVID and all that stuff we
Oh
went through.
yeah.
People are like, I feel like people are starting to look more towards that because they see that like it's instead of watching commercials on your phone constantly.
Yeah. Yeah, for
you know
sure. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. We've been, you know, witnessing, watching some live performances as of late, and it's like, yeah, man, I miss that. Like, I miss that feeling. Like, I definitely need to get
Mhm.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Like, do you have an itch for that? Like, do you miss going out and playing out there?
Yeah, I definitely do. And even I miss going. I used to go to concerts constantly. So,
Yeah.
it's weird. I mean, I've been to a bunch of stuff now, and a lot of it, is I'm just busier now, so I don't have like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I wasn't trying to make it sound like you haven't done it in such a long time, but I mean like,
Yeah,
I meant like do you miss it just
like
because
the
like
old
now you
vibe of the
know
way.
the
Yeah,
change,
yeah,
like how your schedule has changed. Like now you're running your own you're running your business now, right? Like you have two businesses essentially.
yeah,
Like you have your music career and then you have, you know, your painting business. So it's like,
yeah.
that's tough. And now you got a lady and her infant, her son. So like
Yeah.
it's a lot of big changes that are happening, man.
Yeah. Yeah, but that being said, when the opportunities come, like I play them, and it's
Yeah.
kind of, instead of like going to hunt for it, I'm kind of just I've taken like a small step back, and if
Mm,
stuff that I'll do, it'll happen when it happens, and you know,
that's what's up.
letting the
So
letting the earth decide. You know what I mean? Or the universe, or that dude from
yeah.
Power Rangers up in the sky, whatever the fuck.
Hey man, I'm
Yeah.
still a Power Ranger fan.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still a Power Ranger fan.
Yep.
Yeah. So like I want go back to writing your new album. You said you have about what 15 songs?
Yeah, like 15 to 20 songs.
But is
Or just,
that just
yeah,
like
just,
lyrically, or you mean you actually have like
yeah,
written
no,
out
the whole,
guitars and
the whole song.
oh
Yeah.
shit, okay. Wait, how
Yeah.
long you been writing this new album?
Well, I put the last one out like a year and a half ago. Or finish right. I mean, those were all kind of older songs. So I would say the last like year and a half.
You've been
Um,
writing these 15 songs for about a year and a half?
yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. That sounds impressive still. Like a year and a half and you got 15 songs written out lyrically and uh instrumentally.
Yeah, or just really guitar. Like they're all like acoustic scratch songs.
Still.
I think, yeah, but
That's what's up.
we're, we're pumping them out over here. I have a lot of bad
Still.
days at work, so it's like
Hey man.
yeah, it's been a tough year. There's nights where I'm just, and that's what's weird. I guess like kind of, and having a relationship and trying to write music, right? Like I don't want to sit and like play a bunch of sad stuff or try to dig deep into my emotions while we're trying to hang out like after work. But there's songs that'll just come to me, and it won't, it's like I get like an hour from when I get home from work, and then Dana gets home that I have to like fuck around. So like songs will just kind of come in that moment, and I'll be like, all right, that's
Mm,
that's something I could work with, and then I'd mess with it and all that shit. So it's
yeah.
interesting. It's cool. It's different, which makes it
Well,
exciting.
like we were joking about how the last album was like sad and it's a darker tone, but you still had like this beautiful way of singing it, you know, no matter how dark the meaning and then the story behind the track might be. But like vocally, like it's still, beautiful music. So to see, where this album, that's why I was like, I'm excited to hear what this one's gonna sound like because now you're living a, different situation, you're
Yeah.
got your girlfriend and everything, like, so to see how you just
Hmm.
like perform, those, I guess, like those stories and inspirations, like how you
Yeah.
perform that mood, I guess, until I actually know what you're singing about, but I mean, I'm just thinking like element wise, you know, just seeing how you
Yeah,
trigger those same things.
and it's a totally different recording process. Like the first two
Mm,
records was weekends that I would just go and hang with my brother-in-law. We recorded all of it like down in his basement. So um
mm,
and then even the last one with Walt in the studio was just like a hangout sesh for
oh,
5 hours. So now, like, this one is a totally different beast because it's like I write all these scratches, then we have to go in and figure out what we're gonna do, to add instruments and drums and violins and harps and all that fun stuff.
yeah, that'd be
So it's
so like
you know
yeah,
what I mean? Like
even
it's gonna
yeah,
be like a fully produced uh
that's really
record,
exciting.
which is it's gonna take some time, but it'll be, I think it's the next step kind of to what I want to do. At least I don't want to do another another like weekend in my pajamas and it's just me and a guitar trying to like fill the space. Like I want it to
Uh,
be like I want it to be better than that. So
I
or
was gonna
different, just
yeah.
different.
Well, I was gonna ask also, like, do you see yourself and like this doesn't have to be anytime soon, I guess. Like, when the new album is out and everything, like, do you see yourself trying to do like make a music video for one of those songs?
Yeah, yeah, not
Like,
definitely.
because I love the videos that you put out for the last album.
Yeah, Drunk and Hello Fentanyl was like kind of a live session
Yeah,
video thing we
yeah.
did. And then Cold Nights and Dark Days was like, a video that my buddy Joe produced.
Yeah,
Um,
that one felt like an actual music video for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
I love him to death. Shout out to Joe Palmieri for taking sweet photographs and video. He's totally down to like we're eventually when things we can get things in the works, he's gonna be a part of it for sure.
That'd be cool. That would be cool if you guys pulled something together. And like even if like, you don't I don't know, even just to capture some shots or something. I don't know. Like
Yeah, I want to like I
you'll
want to
figure
build up. Yeah,
yeah.
I want to build up my at least video stuff that's out there and put a lot more live things,
Yeah. That'd
and
be
good
cool.
quality live things, not like iPhone videos that I throw up on my Instagram.
The
But
ones that
like,
you put out weren't bad. You
yeah, but I mean like actually, recorded stuff, kind of like,
I love how like even like melodically you still throw in like that profanity in there.
yeah,
Because it's like, it's like I don't know how to like put it. But you find you sing the way you sing like your hooks, like they're beautiful, they're melodic. But like sometimes you'll sneak in like, like an
yeah,
F bomb or something in there and
yeah, you got it.
I love it though. It's but it's like yeah, it's like kind of like just like that spice of like rawness, just to
Yeah.
bring that emotion to like the next level.
I mean, I kind of write songs now in the last probably like, yeah, I would say the all the stuff that I've written for this next album is um like in mind that I'm gonna have to play it live and kind of what is that gonna look like and how can I make that better rather than, you know, rather
Yeah,
than the song as it is as a whole as an acoustic song.
right.
Kind of like my other stuff where now it's more of like what can make the live thing cool. Uh
Mm.
and fuck hits it every time I sing it. Dude, people like, and it's got some power to it.
Like I don't know, and like your other songs that like have that, like that have the F bomb in it. Like, cause you have other songs that you drop F, like the
Yeah,
fuck,
yes,
right?
they are all explicit.
So
Or not
like when
all of them,
you,
but there's a
not
couple
all
of
of
them
them,
that
but
yeah.
yeah. Well, like when you play those live, like, do you catch people's reactions? Like, do
Yeah.
they have to react a certain way? Yeah.
It depends on the area, or the show. Like
Okay.
I played there was a brewery that I played. This was like a year ago probably. And like some like older lady heckled me. I said like, you know what I mean? Like some of my songs like, you know,
Oh
I
man.
guess can get offend people a little bit.
Oh
Or the
geez.
fuck the I guess using fuck could offend people. So.
Oh
Yeah, but
shit.
it's all right, man. Who gives a shit, you know? I don't care.
Hey, I mean, you're performing out there. You
Yeah,
can't
and that's
please everybody.
yeah.
You know, that's a
And I
given.
and I
Of
don't it's I don't throw it in. It's not like, I don't throw it in for like no reason. You know what I mean?
course.
Usually like when I put it in a song, it's because that's like you know, to emphasize on the feeling of it or whatever.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I totally get that 100%.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man. Uh, my allergies are starting to like kick in a little bit.
Yeah, no. It's almost
No-
bedtime for me as soon as the family's
right?
gonna get home. So
Fucking sleep schedule. I feel you on that. No, but I appreciate you like coming through and doing this with me. You
dude,
know,
hell
life's
yeah, man. I
crazy.
appreciate you having me too. I love doing this and just catching up and and it's it helps me out. It you know puts another thing out there that my music stuff is attached to and people could watch and all that kind of good stuff. So
Absolutely. And
I
I believe in like, talking it out. Like even if it's like, it doesn't have to be issues. And I don't know. I just feel like just sharing like cool stuff that you're working on, even if it's like whether it's a long process or a short process, like, like and like yeah, sure. Like ultimately too, promoting any new audiences. Like, you know, Mike Hadley has music out there. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it on YouTube.
yeah,
You can find it on
Google.
Instagram. Not Facebook though. Do you have Facebook also?
Yeah, I do have a Facebook, but it's
Well,
really
you can
just like a
find
lot
him
of
out
family.
there. He's
Yeah,
out
I'm
there
here.
for
Yes. Hit me up for your bar mitzvahs. I will do. I will sing at funerals.
what is the best way? Like which is the best way to
um,
audience
in,
can follow you.
Instagram. I just put up random shit, all the time.
Yeah, you get some insights.
Yeah, it's definitely. I try to just be myself on there, like my friends and all that. So, Instagram. I'm on TikTok now. Uh, there I put up like a bunch of live videos of just like clips of covers and new songs and all that. That's kind of where my like, video footage goes to now.
Is it the same as
Yeah,
your
MF
Instagram
Hadley.
handle? MF
Yep,
Hadley?
yep,
Yeah. Yeah, and there you go. Well, hey man,
yep. And
I'm glad things are like, just from what I'm seeing, things, although things are busy, but I mean,
yeah,
it looks
things are good,
like
man.
there's,
It's fun.
yeah, it looks like things are good, like, and yeah, it's good to catch up. I enjoy this hang as well. It's cool just to like talk, just like talk about life, talk shit, talk about like our pursuits, and yeah, I'm always grateful for people like yourself and everyone else that like does hop in and does these things with me. So always grateful for
Yeah,
that
hell
shit.
yeah, man.
And yeah, for everyone else tuning in, I appreciate you as well. And of course, a friendly reminder if you want to support the podcast or my YouTube channel in general, just follow, subscribe, ring the bell, and be sure
Or
to follow
our
my boy.
or
What's
our
that?
top shelf or our top chef competition coming
Oh, God.
May of 2023.
That might have
We
to
will
be a
be-
that might have to be a Patreon thing.
Oh yeah, fuck, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's gotta be. We
We're
gotta make
gonna have to
money
pay.
from that
We're
one.
gonna be pay.
If you really want to see the outcome, you gotta pay for
Yes,
that.
if you want to see who makes the best bun cake, you're gonna have to hit Patreon.
Well, thank you again, my brother,
Hey,
and
thanks, man.
everyone
Thanks for
else.
having me.
Of course, my pleasure. And to all you tuning in, stay safe, stay healthy, and whatever it is that you're striving for, stay driven. And we will catch you on the next one. Peace out.